everybody, here with another cosplay review. No one is going to be looking for this review. I am doing this entirely for me. I just want to do this. No one is going to be looking for this because it is Maid Mint from Tokyo Mew Mew, and I am really excited for it. The whole point of this is just because I really like this series, and Mint is not my favorite. Mew Berry from the manga spin-off is actually my favorite. However, there's like no cosplays of her to exist, and I don't really want to make that or commission that, so I settled for Mint because I love her design. She's one of my favorite characters, and I especially love her hair in the new anime that's going to be coming out, so maybe I'll get some people looking for that. So I got this cosplay from Cosplay Magic, and well, it's not exactly the most active anymore. It seems to be. It was when I was first getting into cosplay and anime, like many years ago. I am very old at this point. But if you look at any of their socials, it's just a lot of people talking about how, like, hello, are you still around? Like, you've not gotten back to me. And their cosplays on their site, they're a lot older, things that they put up there pre-pandemic. It's just, it doesn't look good, I gotta admit. So I was really scared. I didn't find this out until already ordering this cosplay. So I'm like, oh snap, I should message them. They did get back fairly quickly, like, hey, no, we're here, so like, you'll get that cosplay. And I did. It came at reasonably good time. It showed up. It's here. So I'm excited and can't wait to go into it solely for the purpose of I've always wanted to cosplay from Tokyo Mew Mew, and I've never had the chance to. So I didn't expect it to be Mint. Frankly, I expected it to be Ichigo that I cosplayed out of any of them, but here we go! Mint! Alright, so I guess I might as well get started with this. So to start off, I'm going to be going over the main part of the dress, which, just without like the extra accessories, it looks a little bland, but the colors are absolutely beautiful. I love this shade of blue that they used for her. It is very vibrant, gorgeous. I like that these buttons are like sewn into the cosplay. It's not really like safety pinned or hot glued or any other way you can put a button on. It's very nicely put on there. I'm not really seeing too many loose threads. I mean, there are a couple maybe throughout it on like these lacy bits on the sleeve and the collar, but it's barely noticeable. You have to be like really looking to see them. But I really like the blues they use. Like this light blue here matches all the light blue throughout the rest of the dress and in the other accessories as well. It just looks really nice. So I really like what I'm seeing so far. Oh yes, and I did forget to mention, it is a size medium. I see the tag right here. I realized I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I'm really liking how this dress looks just on the basis. There's not really too much to say about it outside. It looks really good. I do remember having Cosplay Magic cosplays and having really good quality with them when I ordered from them years ago. So glad to see it's still holding up. So honestly, my personal favorite part of this cosplay is the apron, because they actually stuffed it, which is like, their aprons in the outfits are little pillow-looky thingies. And yeah, these look like pillows. They're actually stuffed. It's super duper cute. So that is like the best thing I can say about this entire cosplay, and if they are still going in stock and everything, to get one of their Mew Maids if you are looking for one, solely for the fact that it's a pillow. It's actually a pillow. That's nice. And as you can see right here, because it's attached, this big old butt bow that is tangled around the apron. But for butt bows, I actually like it a lot. It's not going to be very gravity defying because it's huge. It is huge. However, compared to many butt bows I've gotten on cosplay, this actually does a fairly good job at decently maintaining its shape considering how large it is. There are other cosplays where it's supposed to be a really nice butt bow, and the cosplay shop is just sad, dangling looking thing. So, despite the fact that it's obviously not going to be able to be anime accurate, it is very nice and large. You can tell what that is, and I appreciate that. So next up are these cute little bloomers. I love these so much. They are adorable. As I mentioned before, the bows are made of that same satin blue as the light blue in the dress. I'm not the biggest fan of satin. I really don't like it, but I bought it knowing it said satin, that parts were going to be satin. I accepted that. You just can really see all the flaws on satin, and I've never been a fan of that, and I usually don't like the shininess, but it's such a small part of the cosplay, I really don't care. I just kind of wanted this cosplay despite that. So these are obviously longer than most bloomers because it's meant to be seen, hence why they are looking super duper cute and they're a lot longer. I think these are adorable. Then there's this bow, which goes around the neck. You can definitely tell more in this bow, all the flaws of it, like it's really wrinkled and everything, but satin just wrinkles so easily. But I mean, it still looks good, and I like that the blues match, so that's a plus for me. I mean, it's held up really nice together. It's got a little button sewn in here, or whatever this word is, hook and eye, to where it just attaches on the back of the neck. So I feel like that's a little easier than Velcro sometimes. This I really like. It just, her little headpiece, it stays up so nice. Clashes really bad with all the black I'm wearing, but I think it's very cute and quaint, and I like it a lot. It's holding up its shape really nice, which doesn't always happen with these Maid looking headdress things, but I like it. It's looking fly. So with that in mind, since it did not come with any socks, but they're like normal socks that I can just get, I am going to go and put the whole cosplay on and see what it looks like all together. Whoosh. So here she is, Maid Mint. So immediately when I put this on, I already noticed a bit of an issue. Right here where the light blue ribbon is, especially, it's like very tight. Like basically this entire sleeve that's mostly just right in this area, super tight. Like I can't get my arms very high. Like this is as high as I can get my arms over my head because it's just so tight in this shoulder sleeve area. If you have broad shoulders, that might be a bit of an issue with this cosplay. Like, this is a size medium, and it's kind of not fitting great here. So, maybe a size up, maybe even 2, if you think, well, I really don't know about my shoulders fitting into that. Keep that in mind. And this is also a more me problem, but I'm still gonna mention it because it's not something I personally like much about this cosplay. This cosplay goes like zips all the way up my neck and it wraps around my neck, which normally is not the end of the world. However, I have a thicker neck and like it is like up against me. There's no gap in between it. Like it could easily like go huh, and choke me out. And the fact that this also has to go on my neck. Ooh. So there's that. I have lost count of how many cosplays I've actually broken because something on my neck has snapped. And I've broken many a chokers and necklaces that way too. So I am always very wary about anything on there. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. But it's doing okay now, but getting it on is kind of a pain. So you may have seen when I did my quick turnaround, this apron, I don't know how to put it on. At all. I do not know how to put it on. Like, it's all one big piece. I don't know if you like noticed that at all when I put it out of the bag. It's all connected. So therefore it has to go like over my head and wrapped around. The pictures on Cosplay Magic, like on the back to see what the back of the cosplay looks like, did not help me one bit. In fact, it confused me a little more. I don't know how it's supposed to attach. I just kind of have this thrown on me, wrapped and tied together in a ball. That's not how it's supposed to be put on. However, I have no idea how it's supposed to be put on. So therefore, that is just kind of thrown on me. Some instructions, like a tutorial would be nice, Cosplay Magic. Like, come on, please. So everything else for the most part still seems to be going okay. Like this stays up all nice. The bloomers are really nice. I wasn't sure when I first pulled this out if I would need a petticoat, but I did add like a small petticoat, one that comes with most like cosplays with skirts and stuff. This one did not come with a petticoat, but it's just like a small tulle petticoat that I threw under there for a little extra fluff because this kind of needed it. And just to mention, like, I got this like Mew Maid, or this wig is from Doki Doki, and I would not recommend this wig. I gotta be honest. So I've now gotten 3 wigs, I think, from Doki Doki Cosplay. Just because I couldn't find another wig at the time, or I liked the style, or the color looked a little different online versus in person. Because I thought this was a lot more blue when I looked at it on their website. It's a light blue. Like, it should match this a little more. This almost looks kind of like a almost purpley color. It's like a blue-purple color. It's so off color. That's why I actually added her buns that it came with, because I wanted to make it look a little more like Mint. Because without them, I don't look like Mint. It almost looks a little more like Zakuro, which it shouldn't. So this is not a review for the wig, but just I wanted to throw it out there. Like, well, if you need a wig, you could get away with it. I liked the length and everything of this one. I just not so happy about the color. But the overall cosplay, I like more or less. I just wish there was some more instruction on this apron. I still do not understand it, and it's probably the thing I like the least on this. Just for the fact of I have no idea how to put that on. That's all. So in terms of like my scaling of this, I'd probably give it like 6.5 to 7. It's not terrible. It's a decent cosplay, but keeping in mind if this apron is very confusing. I don't like how tight this is here on the shoulders, and it is pretty tight on me on the neck. It's between 6.5 to 7. it varies on whether I'm being too nice or not with that. But overall, the rest of the cosplay I really like a lot. So I'm not trying to be like really negative. In fact, I'm trying to be positive. There's just things you can't help but mention. So that's where that comes from. So for anyone that's like seen any of my reviews recently, well, yes, this is like another new review. However, I do still have some cosplays that I've already worn and need to be reworn to be reviewed because I had camera issues or technical difficulties to where the recording got messed up. And therefore, because I want to make content, I need to film them again. But the motivation to do that is just really hard, and especially in between trying to prepare for upcoming conventions, or I'm busy with work, or I'm busy doing other things. It's just really hard. Trying to find the motivation for that is sparse. It's not here right now. But I'm trying, but I believe this is going to be my last new one for a little bit. I have another cosplay in the void, but it's on pre-order, so it could be here eventually. It'll be here this year, probably. With it being on pre-order, it's hard to say like when exactly it'll get here, so maybe the next video or two will be a refilm, or I could scrap them if I like wind up wearing them before I do the review again, because the cons that I wanted to wear them to, there are coming up, and I feel like it'd be hard to do like a proper review if I've already worn it and I fixed it up from what it looked like fresh out of the bag. So who's to say on that part? They may still film them, or they'll be scrapped. We'll kind of see. I'm just in the dark as you are about that. So with that in mind, though, thank you so much for watching this video. To the maybe 2 people watching this, I did this for me. Once again, I did this for me. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video, whichever cosplay that is. Bye!